Apex Legends and its developers have long been criticized for weird decisions and changes they make in-game. So what would happen if we gave Apex Legends to another developer team? Well, we have that answer. Thank you. And the features and modes in this alternate version of Apex Legends will blow your minds. Now, this isn't Apex as you know it. Instead, this is a mod for Apex made by a team of community developers and fans of Apex with a true passion. And this mod is called R5 Reloaded. A few years ago, it had a surge on YouTube where loads of people posted videos of modded weapons and features in this fan-made Apex mod called R5 Reloaded. But recently, it had a new update which brought 10 new game modes and many more features. I just have to show it because some of this stuff is insane. When you load R5 Reloaded, it's quite clear that this isn't really Apex, but its own little thing. On the right, we have a box with information about this mod and also credit to the developers of this mod. And I must say, Cafe is one of the best developers. They are very skilled and have brought R5 Reloaded to life with their flow state scripts. But let's play a custom game mode, shall we? When we go to the mode select, we do have a few options like join a random server. Yes, this mod has servers and multiplayer. Options to free roam any map and also aim train, which I definitely need and I fail so bad at when I try. But we're going to start off in one of the popular servers, Instag. This is one of the new game modes added to the new R5 Reloaded update, and I've had so much fun with this mode. I genuinely play this over Apex most of the time now. Instag is a game mode where you have a hit scan weapon, super crazy movement, and one-shots, making for a really fun, fast-paced, and intense game mode. This mode is actually inspired by Instag from Unreal Tournament, and in a weird way is a nod to Apex's roots. And you do really feel like a pilot in this mode. In this mode, you have 3 tools at your disposal. You have a grappling hook, which is a much faster version of Apex's grappling hook. That, combined with the physics of this mode where you can air strafe, is extremely powerful to get yourself in positions above enemies where you can get horrifying drops on them. You also get equipped with a freshly developed ultimate, which is very fun to use. This is the Phase Rewind ultimate and is literally a direct copy of Fade's ultimate from Apex Mobile. So yes, in this Instag mode, you do get to feel what it would be like to play Fade. And of course, quite clearly, every player in this mode gets a lightning gun, which is hit scan. If you aim at an enemy and shoot, it will kill them. It has no drop off, it's just a straight laser. The gameplay in this is so smooth and so satisfying. Sit down, bro. This leads to... And there's a few weird things that I noticed about this mode. First of all, it uses a lot of forgotten Apex content. Like this map right here is actually from Apex, and you might have been in this map without realizing, as this area here was used in the Season 9 teaser back in 2021. Yes, this place. Also, you may notice a lot of the characters I am shooting in this mode aren't actually legends from Apex. Like, I just killed Blisk right there. And also, I was very surprised to notice some of the legends that can be randomly assigned to you in this mode are from Apex Mobile. I'm getting attacked by the mobile legends right now. What? She's back! Players can also be assigned to play as a Marvin, Ash from Titanfall, and even Jack Cooper. This mode is really fun, and if you do get R5 Reloaded because of this video, I would recommend playing Instag. The intensity is so fun. This will get your heart pumping. Although there's one mode I think a lot of you will enjoy more than Instag somehow. But before we talk about that, the most popular game mode on R5 Reloaded is 1v1. And it's the most popular by far. There's always a populated server. So of course, as one of the best Apex players on earth, no, I had to try it out, and honestly, it's a bit strange because it doesn't feel like normal Apex. Now, there's a few things you'll notice immediately, like how the laser sights don't work as they should, and also the fact that the vault feels so weird, and this is because R5 Reloaded is built off the Season 3 version of Apex Legends, where laser sights and vaults didn't exist yet. So basically, the people who developed R5 Reloaded had to mod laser sights and the vault into the game. They had to add these weapons and attachments themselves. So that's why some things in the 1v1 mode have a weird feel, but otherwise it is really good to train, and a lot of high level players do use this a lot to get good at 1v1s because it does teach you game sense, it does teach you cover, and honestly the mode's pretty good. Mostly though, I just goofed about despite everyone on the server being extremely serious, although I did have some good moments. But wait, what's that? Zoom in. Why does the red dot sight look like that? Well, for some reason, the developers of the 1v1 mode actually decided to use the scrapped optic skin ranked rewards. Yes, at one point, Respawn were considering adding optic skins as ranked rewards, and they were present in the files for some time. So the developers of this mode decided to add them onto the weapons in the 1v1 modes just because it looks cool probably. And I won't lie, it looks cool, but it is very distracting. I did go really close to an AFK guy to look at these sights, but then he came back, which was kind of embarrassing because he killed me despite him being AFK and me being in his face. But the situations this 1v1 mode puts you in will actually prepare you for Apex, which is really fun. The 1v1 servers do have a really cool announcement system as well, which just check up on you, tell you to abide by the rules, and also give you a posture check, which I definitely needed. I'm in gamer position, man. How else am I meant to do these? 1v1 is good. Play it if you're sweaty. It accelerates your Apex learning. But one mode I wanted to play since I saw it in the trailer for this update was the Halo mode. Yes, seriously, the Halo mode. The developers decided to just recreate Halo in Apex, and I really wasn't disappointed. When I started the Halo mode, there were no active servers, so I had to start an active server and just wait for people to join, which took a very long time. But while I was waiting, I figured out the movement was a bit strange, and it is fairly easy to chain bunny hops in this mode. Also, because this mode is trying to be like Halo, it deletes a surprising amount of Apex movement, and it makes you realize how bad Apex feels without its movement. It deletes mantling, it deletes chaining slides, which are the two core building blocks of Apex's movement, and with those gone, you can't wall bounce, you can't super glide, you're just boots on the ground Halo guy. Other than that, the mode is really fun. It has instant nade throwing just like Halo, and also replicas of the Halo maps and Halo weapons. And yes, we have the sniper rifle, it's a blast to use. You can tell so much effort got put into this map. Wait, somebody just joined. Jeffrey has joined, finally. Yes, a downside of this mode, and a lot of the modes in R5 Reloaded, is that you have to have several players to start the game, or just play the mode, which kind of sucks because the game is a niche mod for Apex. Not a lot of people play it. There's probably only 50 people playing at a time, so it's really hard to fill lobbies for all of these unique modes. Let's say hello to him. Oh, he's left. Yes, this is also a problem with these modes. When somebody leaves, you're back to it, you're alone, you can't actually play. Luckily though, a few minutes later, he joined back, and also somebody else joined, so we had a blast. I got to test out the Halo weapons in Apex, which was awesome, and it feels so good. The assault rifle is so meaty. This is such a well-made mod for Apex, mind you. Unfortunately, the second guy left, so it was just a 1v1 for most of my playtime in this mode, but I realized a few flaws in the Halo mode. First of all of the weapons have unlimited ammo, so if somebody gets a good loadout, they can hold out an area for a long time, especially if they get the sniper. In my playtime, 50% of the time was spent fighting over a sniper loadout. That's it then. He left! Oh, I won. That's a win. But I guess it makes it that tiny bit more satisfying when you land a crazy shot and manage to get that weapon that's been harassing you for a long time. The Halo mode in R5 Reloaded does contain several types of game modes which are all used in Halo. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play many of them because of the player count issue, although we can see a few clips of the other game modes in Cafe's trailer for R5 Reloaded. And some of the modes feature Halo abilities as well, which is fun. The next new mode they added, which is somewhat popular, is Zone Wars. And a lot of you may be familiar with this mode if you've played Fortnite before. Zone Wars are basically recreated endgames where two teams fight it out while the zone puts pressure on them. These help train you and prepare you to handle endgames better, and they're honestly a really good tool. Here's the issue though. This is the point where the video got pretty hard to record because nobody wanted to play Zone Wars. I waited about half an hour for one person to join, and then I realized we needed another person for the games to start. So both of us patiently waited, and I'm surprised this guy didn't leave. Luckily, after a long time of waiting, we finally got our first game of Zone Wars. One thing you may notice that in the Legend Select, each Legend has their own new custom select animation. I'm pretty sure the people who created this mode made it so the Legends choose an animation from their poses to be used as a select animation. It's a really cool feature, and also another really cool feature is the fact that you actually have team colors. You're either red team or blue team, and whatever team you are, your Legends will wear the color of that team, which is fun. When the mode starts, you get put in a predetermined circle in a predetermined spot spawn and basically fight it out. This was a 2v1, so it was pretty unfair, and my teammate was AFK the whole time, but the concept is really cool, and this mode would definitely be accepted if it was just added to Apex tomorrow. The modders did a really good job with this mode. It feels smooth and it feels unique, especially with the special select animations. I was unfortunately only able to play one more game until one person went AFK and stopped further games from starting. This mode was fun while it lasted, but it represents the start of an issue. I can't capture or explain many of the modes in the new R5 Reloaded update simply because they need players to start them, so unfortunately I won't be able to show you all of them. There are modes I've played in the past with people, like the Infected game mode, which was really fun. Basically, it's the old Shadowfall mode but made a bit more arcadey and also with exclusive weapons like the Call of Duty ray gun. There's also the Duck Hunt mode, which requires many players, but here's Watson has played this in a video in the past. Now though, let's touch on the single player modes, which you're more likely to be playing, like the Movement Gym. I've made a video on this in the past, and basically the Movement Gym is a load of obstacle courses very skilled movement players can pass. I can do a few of them. You need a few essential skills like the ability to consistently super glide, tap strafe, wall bounce, and many more things, which I can do sometimes. Honestly though, the movement courses are really fun to play on, and sometimes there are even people in the movement course servers, so definitely keep an eye out for these, although I can't capture too much gameplay because I'm simply not that good at movement. In this update, Surf was also added as a game mode, and if you're not familiar with Surf, it's very big in the Counter-Strike community, and it's a mode where you push yourself against slanted surfaces, and because of the Source Engine's physics, it allows you to surf against these objects and gain a lot of movement, and people have took this mechanic and made maps out of it, which is what is being done here in Apex. And you may notice I have a weird knife in my hand. This is also a custom knife for this mode. It's an RGB knife. I think it might be from Valorant, maybe, I don't really know, and it uses the Wraith heirloom animation, so it looks really smooth. This mode is cool, but obviously everyone knows what Surf is these days. It's Surf. These maps are only intended to serve for background gameplay on videos bullying children. As it's coming up to Christmas, you may be missing the Winter Express mode, and you can play the Winter Express mode in R5 Reloaded, but once again you also need friends. And one of the most interesting modes that was added in this update, I think it may have been added earlier, is the Movement Recorder game mode, where, pretty simply, you can record your own movements and have them played back to you. This can be used to create elaborate scenes, check out how your movement looks to other people, or maybe even race yourself and find new fast ways to navigate the map. Or you can maybe make a pretty cool machinima, like some red versus blue type thing. It's a really well built mode, but I'm most likely missing the point of what it's intended for because I'm not a movement guy. There's probably some complex movement that you need to see from an alternate angle to understand, and I'm just using it to make people run down a train track. I saved the best mode for last though, the sandbox mode. This is what R5 Reloaded is all about. You can literally do anything you've ever wanted to do in Apex in this mode. You may have seen this video the other day on my channel, and a lot of people asked, is this in Gmod? Because it looks so different to Apex, but I can assure you, this was recorded in the R5 Reloaded sandbox mode. You see, R5 Reloaded has loads of maps, and most of them are existing Apex maps, but some of them are custom made for R5 Reloaded, like World's Edge After Dark, or Construct. Now, those of you who had an epic MLG childhood, much like me, will know what Construct is, and it applies very well to the sandbox mode in R5 Reloaded, because in sandbox you can spawn any enemy, you can spawn any weapon, and just play out your dreams. You can spawn zombies, you can spawn spiders, you can spawn Jack Cooper, you can spawn prowlers, you can be a skeleton, you can play music, you can use tools created specifically for the Construct map, you can explode nesses, you can play as Fade and use Fade's abilities. Yes, I'm serious. You can do anything in the sandbox mode, and to me, this makes R5 Reloaded worth it on its own. Also, if you ever wanted to play an Apex Horde mode, you can now. You can spawn loads of NPCs and just attack them. You can put God mode on and attack them. Because Apex is in the Source Engine, to play properly in sandbox, you do have to turn SV_cheats 1 on to use the dev menu to spawn any of the items, which just makes anybody who grew up playing Source games feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. And honestly, I just cannot stress this enough. Play this mode and use your imagination, have fun. There's also loads of custom content, custom weapons, and custom stuff you can play with. The developers of R5 Reloaded are so good, and I cannot thank them enough for the service they've brought to Apex on a whole. I would actually hope Respawn looks at some of the elements in R5 Reloaded and does think, oh, this would be cool in our game. Maybe even like Fade and his ultimate. But R5 Reloaded is a great add-on experience to Apex. It's great to train your aim, it's It's great to just get on and play if you get a tiny bit bored of Apex, but you still crave a bit of Apex. I would recommend it. There's plenty of videos showing how to install it, and also they now have their own automatic installer, so you don't have to drag and drop folders anymore. Just go play it, and subscribe.